captured Zone C. You captured Zone A. Lost Zone C. Zone C. You lost Zone A. You captured Zone A. You lost Zone A. captured Zone A. Enemy team is breaking. Victory!
Hello and welcome, folks, to a very special stream. As you can tell, we're streaming on a Monday, a bit of an unusual day for us, but there's a very special occasion and reason to do so. As you can tell, we're playing For Honor, and I am joined by Andrew, the art director of For Honor, Stefan, the associate game director, and JC, team lead of game design on For Honor. Because, folks, it is the 5th anniversary of For Honor. That's right, happy Valentine's Day, but more importantly, happy 5 years of For Honor. And as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Chastity. Chastity, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited. Happy 5th anniversary For Honor, and thank you all for being here today. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Stefan. Hi, JC.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy anniversary.
Nice to see you. Happy anniversary, everybody.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
And so, yeah, this is exciting. So we're going to see you all play together, and also we have giveaways and drops in the chat. So if you're over on Twitch, you can see all that going on. If you're over on YouTube, that's great. But if you want to get in on the giveaways and the drops, come on over to Twitch. So let me tell you a little bit about that before we start this stream. So we've got giveaways, and we're giving away 100,000 steel each to 25 lucky people today on the stream. That'll happen in 3 different giveaway periods. As you can see, there's a giveaway countdown. Is that started on the screen? Let's push
good
start
reminder,
on that
Chastity.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you. So up in the top corner, you can see the giveaway starts in minutes and change. So that's when we will unlock the term that you can type in to win the giveaway. There's no way to enter now, so don't type anything in. What we want you to do right now is just enjoy for the next 19 or so minutes. If you have questions for the devs, drop those in the chat. Let's talk about the last 5 years of For Honor. Let's talk about them making the game and their work on it. And let's just, celebrate the game.
Oh, yeah. Razby, this is not pre-recorded. We are live.
Yes,
how are you?
We are live. Hello, chat.
Totally live.
It's been a while.
And yeah, we're going to see you all play together. And yes, there are drops. To address the drops, there are going to be drops every 30 minutes. So every time you hit 30 minutes of watching this stream, you will get one of the drops, which is, I believe, a crate. What was it?
Yeah, so a scavenger
Scavenger
crate. You will
crate,
get a scavenger crate every 30 minutes. You just have to make sure your Twitch account and your Ubisoft account are linked up. That is how you earn drops. And then for the codes themselves, our mod, when the time comes, when that countdown hits 0, will open up the giveaway at that point. You'll be able to enter. You just have to type in #giveaway one time. That's it. One time. Doesn't matter if you type it in any more times. It doesn't do you any good and just spams chat. What will then happen is the mod will reach out to you if you are pulled as a giveaway winner and send you a code. Those codes are platform agnostic, so it does not matter where you play For Honor. Those codes will work anywhere because you redeem them online. Chassis, maybe you can, when the time comes, you can drop the link in there.
Yes.
And our
We'll
mod
have a
will
link for
also
you.
send those to the winners because it's only really relevant for the winners. But you can redeem them there, and it'll automatically go to your For Honor account wherever you're playing.
That's right. So just make sure your Twitch whispers are open. So if you're entering the giveaway today, that's how our mod will communicate with you. So good luck. First giveaway starts in 17 minutes and change. But for now, we're gonna jump into a game.
Oh yeah, are y'all ready? Have you had enough time to customize your next hero?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right.
Definitely yes. Dress up's okay.
Yep.
Oh, wait. We'll jump back into a scene.
No,
I want to
it's
see
okay.
what y'all look like. So just so folks know, we are playing on sort of alternate accounts. This is my main PC account. I don't play For Honor primarily on PC though. I play mostly on PlayStation. So that's why that rep level is 0. And then for Stefan, Andrew, and JC, we have we've given them other accounts that have a whole mess of steel unlocked. As you can see, I also have over 1 million steel. So it's quite nice. But we'll be playing. If you see a bunch of 0 rep levels people, that's why.
These accounts are for the dress up, and it's so
Yeah.
it's not to cheat in the Dominion series, everybody.
Yeah. That's not happening.
Miles Chan says, "Hey, yo, can I have one of those accounts?"
Huge props to the Dominion series, by the way. Everyone who played in it, everyone who participated, everyone who wasn't disqualified. Winners, of course. And then, I mean, it was amazing play. We watched a little Saturday watching party with JC, Andrew, Clarissa, a bunch of the team. It was super fun, super rewarding.
Yeah, it was
How'd you guys think?
super hype. I loved it. I found it was so interesting, and I love the hero variety. I like to see the meta change up a little bit. Always, like move around and people try new things. So it's super interesting too. That was really cool.
It was super fun to watch it, and after that, I played a couple rounds with the Step as well. And watching was fun, but then playing after, I couldn't play like them.
You couldn't play like them.
Yeah, I don't
was
know why.
gonna ask this actually because in my early years of For Honor, I was around and worked on the game at launch also 5 years ago. I remember watching a lot of tournaments early on and trying to learn from them, and the same is true for a game like Rainbow Six Siege, any game with like a competitive scene. How much are you all learning as developers when you're watching these tournaments?
It's got to be a give and take, like symbiotic relationship there. Because if you're not watching and not trying to do some of this stuff, you fall behind. And you saw that at the beginning, like on day 2. I'll tell you a story. I remember. I guess it would be February 15th, 2007, right? The day after it launched. Everyone was playing at one desk trying to beat a player on the second day of live. And nobody on the floor could beat this player. because this player, I guess, had understood at this point what's reactable versus not reactable. What is the are you frame advantage or disadvantage in a bunch of scenarios, and what should you do about it? Oh, I forgot to unlock and this person annihilated the floor. Nobody could beat this person, and that kind of set the pace of how far behind are we on day 1 and day 2. And then you see the same thing in the hero series of year 1. It was clear we were behind at that point. So you see the arc over the years. And when I watched this Dominion series finale on Saturday, 2 days ago, it was like night and day. It was so far that this game has come at this point. The matches were exciting. The coordination necessary for Shinobi plus JJ type ganks to lock someone down in 0 to 100. The level of play is through the roof, and what the system allows now is so much healthier and interesting to play and watch. It's huge props to both the players for pushing the game over the 5 years, and the devs for manipulating the system in such a way that the gameplay has improved to the point where you watch and you're like, holy crap, that was amazing. Super exciting stuff. So
is that the goal? When you introduce a competitive game like this, is the goal to sort of just send it out into the wild and then hope that the fans take to it like they have, and the players surpass the makers of the game?
The players need to surpass the makers in terms of overall skill. It would be bad if not, but you need the makers to be reasonably in the mix to understand what's going on, to be able to make the decisions that make the game healthier. And I mean, you can see that, I don't know, JC's heard me rant over and over. I'm going to rant today anyway, because
no, please rant.
That's how we're starting. But, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, when you see the game begin and there's 600 MS lates, 700 MS lates as your openers, you can see the game is made for a 40-year-old developer and not for, an 18-year-old, player's going to play it freaking 8+ hours a day.
Right.
And that's what it has to be. It has to be for them, because they're going to be.
That's one of the big things, right? And I think that we've really pushed the game in a direction that, like we were saying, it's a lot healthier, but at the same time, it's a lot more aggressive, right? We're a fighting game. There's 4v4, a lot of different things, and I want to make sure that people can actually fight and not have to just, I'm going to stand still and do nothing, because that's my best option all the time, right? So that's what I like what we're going to as well.
Alright, so if you're in the chat, be sure to drop those questions about their previous work for Honor. We appreciate all those questions about things moving forward, but we are not revealing any news today, so make sure that we are all just celebrating the last 5 years of For Honor. Thanks for submitting your questions and your enthusiasm about For Honor's 5th anniversary in the chat. Also, yeah, if you just tuned in, the giveaways will start in a little over 11 minutes. As you can see, there's a timer on the screen, and that's when we'll start the first giveaway. And what we're giving away today, we're giving away a total of 25 people are going to win 100K steel. That's 100,000 steel. So there'll be 3 different giveaway periods. So you want to keep your Twitch whispers open if you win. And that's how our mod is going to give you a code and a link for where to redeem that code, so you can get all that steel and spend it. And also we have drops. So every 30 minutes that you watch of this stream, you're going to get a crate, a scavenger crate. So you can get a total of 3 if you've been starting, if you started from the beginning of this stream.
Oh, yeah.
Every 30 minutes.
So, which I love, because even if you don't enter and win the giveaways, which 25 people will, there's still things to gain.
Yeah, everybody wins. And some people win even more. Let's look at some questions in the chat. Alright, so this might be a lot to answer, but if anyone on the team can answer, this Spectra said, I would legit like to get to know how you all make a character, like the whole process from sketching to modeling, especially the modeling. So what kind of work goes into creating these characters? And how many teams are involved?
You want to start us off here?
People.
Well, basically, conception-wise, how we start is deciding what kind of weapon would be what kind of weapon that we are going to be using for specific new characters. That's where we're starting point, because that's what's the crucial thing that is defining the characters, and that's how we build it from that point. And then conception modeling is basically more of a detailed part that we are jumping in. Sorry, I was
No worries.
I'm also
You're also
spectating
playing.
you
You're
'cause
also
I'm
playing.
dead,
Yeah.
so. This is a game that's very hard to play, y'all, while explaining complex processes.
So if you want to come back to answering later, that's totally fine. Let's focus on
Alright.
the game at hand.
Andrew just got the
No
kill,
worries.
so.
Nice.
Yes.
Now we can talk.
They are just
But
guarding.
not only artistic decision, basically it's collaboration from the whole team, fight team, animation, and seeing what will be the best and different unique characters that we can create. So we're getting it from there and creating the characters. I don't know if the question was. I got distracted by the in the middle.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, they were just wondering about the process of how you make a character, and they were interested in the modeling of it.
It's pretty much similar case as that any other production. So conception to the high poly and the low poly and the texturing. So it's quite
So this is something I'm curious about, and I'm gonna ask you another question with my inside knowledge, Andrew, because we were talking a bit of how long everyone's been working on the game. And I believe you've been working on this game the longest, probably longer than all but just a few people. You've been on For Honor for 9 years now.
including
four of those pre-launch. What was the first hero you started working on?
The very first hero that I actually designed was the Orochi.
Orochi. Okay.
Yes. I had to design a character, and then that was the Orochi, and then the other one was a Warden. So Warden and the Orochi were the very first two characters that we created. But very first character that we saw was the Stickman with the sword.
Yeah. The stick.
I still remember the very first time that I hold my joystick and playing this character is like, okay, my fate and destiny was just a set. And I'm here after 9 years.
Wow, 9 years is a long time.
For me, I started like 4.5 years ago, like a little bit after launch, and Steph actually did a lot of training for me, so that was interesting. And I think the first one I was working on was Warden, like the first Warden revamp we did.
Mm.
And I did that in Orochi, so you can all hate me for Orochi for a little bit. But yeah, no, that's pretty much the first one I worked on. And the first one I actually started working on from scratch was Hito.
Was who? Sorry.
Hitokiri.
Oh, yeah. Of course, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, there's a question. Do each of you have a favorite hero, and why?
How about this? Wait, because I don't know if this might not be true, because JC, you just said you started working on Hitokiri. I don't know. I imagine all of you to a certain degree work on all of the heroes, but I would love to know. I would love to know your favorite hero that you were maybe least involved with. It's easy to say, oh, my first hero was Hitokiri or Orochi, and,
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Interesting there. For me, then, I would probably pick one of the heroes where the game plan and the theme are very, very strongly defined. I'm always a fan of these kind of characters. So examples would be like Berserker, Shigoki, who would either get in there and buzzsaw, or get in there and gank and throw your target swapped attacks. But it's a big hulking target swapped attack guy, or it's a fast buzzsaw who does not care about getting hit. That's what I look for. What's a strong game plan with the character?
Do you have examples of those? Sorry, I was getting my butt handed to me by this.
This is not good.
You may
This
have
is not
actually
good. What's going on?
I was just following.
Oh no.
We've been doing
yeah.
too good. We you know we're starting to rise the ranks. So I'm getting outplayed here.
Oh,
Alright, here you gotta capture A here.
Yeah.
Quickly. Berserker, Shogoki would be the big examples, I think, of the most clear. Raider, Singio. Going across the board. Sorry, just watching Andrew.
I'm watching Andrew now too. We broke, unfortunately, so I'm not responding.
But then at the same time, I mean, like, really over time, everybody works on every character at some level. We have.
It's very it's very much a team effort, right? So like everybody has feedback, everybody touches on everything. We all like kind of work on everything together. So it's not like, you know, I made one character and that's it. It's a big team effort. So it's always kind of interesting for that.
So we
got a nice comment. Ooh. Nice comment from Evil Mini Hadouken, who said, I just want to say thank you for keeping this game alive. I fell in love with it from the first time I saw the trailer back at E3. Yeah, lots of great work going into every single year of this game.
I've got the same experience. I mean, that's when I joined. I saw the E3 2015, and I was like, boom, resume goes in.
Oh, wow.
So
were you at Ubisoft at the time, or were you somewhere
else? Somewhere else. So I came for that. I mean, like, you could see the game was doing something that nobody else was doing, and I mean that's why it's not just us keeping it alive. It's the game itself keeps it alive. The players asking for something that didn't exist that keeps it alive. So it's awesome to be on the same journey as everybody.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the place I used to work at sadly went bankrupt, but I think For Honor was a really good fit for me. Like I've always been, I love fighting games. I've been playing fighting games like forever in arcades and stuff. So this was a really almost dream come true. I had bought the game when it launched to play with some people I used to work with, and then I kind of liked it quite a bit, but didn't have as much time to play. And then joining the team was super exciting. It was really cool for me.
That's awesome. Actually, I saw a really cool question because there are people asking about the Assassin's Creed event, people asking about the the Prince of Persia event. Do y'all have a favorite event that you've had in the last 5 years?
I really was hyped about the last one, the Dead by Daylight crossover.
Oh right, yeah. For
That was
Halloween.
pretty crazy, or 2 or whatever it was. Yeah, it was. It was pretty. That was not something I expected years and years ago. So
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
True. Actually, my favorite one is the one from the Kyoshin.
Oh yeah.
With the like
We
freaky.
put so much effort for every season to heading towards the Kyoshin. So there was a lot of secret things that we added in the event. Apparently, not everything was revealed. But it was a fun creating that one.
What didn't get noticed?
You lost, so
Yeah, I mean,
You don't want to say.
what the?
Waiting.
This type, I really want to
Less than a
win.
minute until the first giveaway. So the giveaway will be starting shortly in less than a minute. That's when we will open the term #giveaway. That's what you're going to enter in less than a minute once that countdown timer runs out. And that's how you can win 100k steel. We're going to give away 3 different times during the stream. So during this current giveaway period, we will have 8 winners. So 8 people win during this giveaway period. Then we'll start the clock again for the second giveaway period, and then the third giveaway period. So good luck, everybody. About 20 seconds-ish.
Now, JC, I have to ask you a question. As you worked on Hitokiri. Hitokiri is a very special place in your heart. What is Hitokiri's vendetta against heads?
Against heads. Well, Hitokiri is supposed to be an executioner, right? That was kind of the idea here. And I think we took a lot of there was a lot of inspiration. I know Andrew can back me up on this. With like Japanese, I forget what it was, but there's like a lot of stuff with the heads and like this. She basically is she collects heads. She kills a lot of people, executes a lot of people, and collects heads. And that's kind of like what I like too about the hero, right? We really designed her to be an executioner. Everything revolves around execution, so that's kind of interesting too.
I mean, you could even see here on the outfit I have right now, all the heads on her belt.
One of the idea about the heads were like, you know, it's this character is supposed to kind of show the insane one as it's kind of a not exactly the same as a shaman, but
So you only have to enter once, everybody? Just making sure, just enter hashtag giveaway. It is open now, so only enter once. You only get one entry per person, so spamming it won't give you multiple entries. You only get entered once. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no problem. So, Hitokiri is basically he is a kind of insane character. It's kind of crazy one who just not exactly job as executioner. Basically, she was literally acting as executioner in her life. So basically, that's one of the translation that she has a different personality, and the mask were the symbolic meaning of that.
Alright, good luck to everyone entering that giveaway right now. So yeah, you only have to enter once, it's hashtag giveaway, and then make sure your Twitch whispers are open, and that's how the mod will communicate to the 8 winners of this giveaway period. If you didn't win this time, there are 2 more giveaway periods, just watch the clock.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Hitokiri when we were designing her was, like, if you're idle with the character long enough, you start to hear voices. And that was like something really cool. And then like the longer you are, the louder they get, and kind of like to show how insane the character is, type of thing. I really like that.
Well, I love how many of the like the executions tie around, you know, severing heads, and like I equipped 2 different ones that I really like, and it kind of reminds me of what Stefan was saying, of like when the character of the hero matches how they play.
You captured Zone A.
Ooh, look at that! I just got a drop.
Oh, I did too, yeah.
If y'all have been watching from the beginning, that first drop should have kicked in by now.
Mm-hmm. It takes 30 minutes to get the first drop, if you're wondering when you're going to get yours. 30 minutes of watching.
Zone C.
I don't want to fight in minions.
You lost to Zone A.
And if you're dropping questions, you might want to save them until after the giveaway, because it's just going to get buried in the chat, and I won't be able to see it. Sorry.
Yeah, the giveaway should be wrapping up soon. I'm actually going to restart the countdown timer.
Yes, good idea.
Enemy team is breaking.
Okay, for the next person who can answer, who's not too busy playing, question from the chat is, what's a favorite moment working on For Honor? Anyone have any favorite moments that they can think of while working on this game for the last X amount of years?
You want to try, Andrew?
I died. The question was, sorry.
Oh, what's a favorite moment? Yeah, a favorite moment.
The favorite moment for me is when we actually reveal the characters or reveal the new season or new years. That's the moment that all the hard work from the whole team gets paid off, and also we get the feedback from the community. So we read all the nice encouragement from the community, and that kind of gives us the fuel to do better. We want to surprise for another seasons and after. So we just wait for that moment all the time.
Enemy rally.
That is nice to get that feedback.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games. Ubisoft has a lot of like fan bases and a lot of games. For Honors might be the most hardcore, which I've always loved about this game, is that the fans. I think it's because how unique the game is and how there really isn't a lot like it, really anything like it out there. And so the people that have been playing For Honor have love it so much and are never shy to tell me in chat whenever we stream it of the things I'm doing wrong and ways I could be improving. But I respect that because there are so many people who are experts at this game.
For those asking, the winners will receive a Twitch Whisper from UB Waldo, who is our mod today. Thank you, UB Waldo, for helping us out. So if you didn't get a Twitch Whisper, you did not win. But yeah, there were 8 winners this time around. There will be 8 more winners in the next giveaway period. So watch that clock. That's when we'll do 8 more winners for 100k steal in 17 minutes and change. But just keep watching because you're going to get those crates dropped every 30 minutes, scavenger crates. A total of 3 if you've been watching from the beginning of the stream.
You captured Zone C.
Ooh, they got a revive off.
What are you doing?
Ooh.
Sorry. I need this. Give me 1 second.
Oh God!
Oh no.
That was just mean.
Victory.
Look at that poor Orochi up.
There you go. A question about maps from Deucefold Senpai, who said, "Is it hard to make a new map? How laborious is it to make one?"
I cannot say exact, but then it's extremely complex and takes a quite long time to create a map. That's how much I can guess.
Takes a long time.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's a lot of work.
I mean, you can see. I mean, like the fidelity of this stuff is like super high. Firstly, it's like it's not something you just whip up in editor of choice there.
Well, this is something that might be maybe more directed to Andrew as art director. Like, For Honor to me is one of those games where everything, even the default outfits look so cool, and it really feels like, the art team really gets to flex their muscles on like all of these designs. Is there like a, even if it's limited time events and maps get, all, new, like new skins put on them and things like that, is there a favorite outfit, like event, emote or anything like that like you're really proud of?
I don't know. I don't know what to be what would be the favorite one, since we literally created like hundreds and hundreds of them, and when we have to validate the outfits, like we have to go through like minutes to find the new content that we actually create, which means that's how much that we have created. But again, the favorite one I usually, even for the characters, it's the latest one that we created. That's something that we put our most efforts on, and probably that will change into the next season. That whatever that we are going to release, that will be my favorite ones. So currently,
the goldfish
the pirate one is the awesome.
Yeah, I remember Andrew being super hyped about Kyoshin, and now he's all about pirates. Huh? That's cool.
Yep.
How far are you on pirate right now?
I think rep 9.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So
We
on
play-
live,
we play pirate
we
this
play
week.
as well, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
I can see that he spent a bit of time of his free time on it.
What does that mean?
I'm just, it's a good
I have a lot of other free time.
thing. Your free time is also like trading.
Yeah. So every night starting from the pre-production, almost every day I try to play minimum like in 1 or 2 rounds to keep up. So that's how much I'm kind of loving this game.
Nice. Great.
Also,
Another
You gotta
question
be
about
dedicated
maps.
as devs, right?
Oh yeah, that's dedication right there. Yeah. Question from Cope and BG who said, "What's your favorite map for each of you? Do you have a favorite map?"
We debated this a bit the other day,
Yeah.
but everyone just gets salty. I'm almost afraid to answer.
oh god.
Well, maybe let's start with
Favorite
the maps
hero,
we
no
hate.
problem, but map. That's the controversial one.
No, for me, I mean, Belvedere is a beautiful map. Samurai Arena map is a beautiful map. I love it's so perfect utility of what it needs to be. Yeah, it's an arena map, so hopefully it's easier that way. But that's what's so cool. For me, that would be my number 1, and then number 2. I don't know. I've always been a Temple Garden fan.
Steph, you're stealing both of my answers. What is this?
I'm sorry.
My two favorite ones as well. No, but it's it. Like Temple Garden is my favorite Dominion map. Like I find it has, ever since we reworked it, it's actually works really well, and it's all more interesting. And then for duels, yeah, that map, I forget the name then again, but it's so nice. Like having those small dedicated duels in a small arena with no hazards, no nothing, like pure duels, super cool.
Duel might have the record for me as like the most tense online match mode I've ever played. Because I remember when I was long-time fans of Ubisoft News Plays and Warriors Den will remember, when I triumphantly and heroically defeated Michael in our duel series. But to prepare for that, I was playing a lot of online duel, and it's so tense when it's just you and one other person, no other factors, and if you're honestly looking for a really fun, intense time and a way to improve your For Honor skills, hop into some duel, man. It is unlike anything else, really.
For those just tuning in asking about the giveaway, there's a timer in the top corner. It's counting down to when we start the giveaway again. The giveaway is for 100k steel, so we're giving away 2 more periods. We will be giving away codes for 100k steel, and also there are drops during the stream, so for every 30 minutes that you watch, you will get a scavenger crate. And thanks for everyone's questions. Keep those coming in.
Oh shit. Sorry. I just got drop attack.
Yes.
Always unexpected.
Oh man.
That'll get the
How much do you swear while playing or developing?
I use a lot of
That never happens. Never, ever, ever.
sometimes the F word comes out as a fine.
It's a mature rated game.
Congrats to the winners. We've been seeing some of the winners being pulled in the chat by Moobot. So SVUC 3, Recon 1118, Lola 1477, Care 1, Sproles. Congrats to all of you. And they're still being pulled, I think. Giveaway period. All right, let's go back to some questions. Interesting. Okay, here's a question from Lizzie Loves Kitties who asks, which hero's voice acting do you like the most?
The loudest ones.
The
The loudest ones.
Is that what, Raider?
Tiandi.
I like the sound when Shugoki dies.
When Shugoki dies or kills?
dies, I think. There's a specific
Oh.
sound that he makes.
This is my favorite one, the Hitakiri falling off a ledge sound. It's the best sound in the universe.
So
I love these specific line callouts. That's awesome.
Shugoki Dwa, after hugging someone to death.
Oh.
Tiandi screaming constantly.
You capture Zone C.
No love for the Raider zone attack?
Yeah, Incredibilis, I guess, and Helmet Glass and stuff, obviously.
Classics.
Capture Zone A.
But I mean, I know JC and I play a lot of Frenette games our whole lives. So I think for me, that's why it's the loud ones, because it's like, I want to know when the Ryukin's coming, or the ultimate from Overwatch or whatever.
Well, they're the ones that really, really stick with you, right? So that's the loudest ones are ones you're gonna hear all the time.
Lost Zone A.
Optic Blast, Optic
Oh,
Blast,
God.
Optic Blast.
Oh god.
Oh man, that Valkyrie just dismantled me. JC rocking the Hitokiri. Sure, doing much better than I was.
What?
I mean, I handled like I spearheaded Hitakiri. I also spearheaded the rework, so I kind of know the character a little bit inside out for these things. That'll make some people mad as well, so I'm happy.
Oh no! Oh no! I ran into a trap on the bridge.
Oh,
I just got
my.
shoved off.
Oh no.
Sorry, it was all so we could watch Andrew play pirate. He's gonna avenge me right here. Take out the
Absolutely.
Valkyrie.
Do it.
Oh no.
I should respawn. I should just stay there.
Yes, you should respond.
Ah! I'm trying to drop. Are we coming here?
I'm coming, Andrew. I'm coming. I'll probably just go
Almost
feed
there.
revenge and die. But
Jason. Chaser. Let's go.
Okay, watch out for those pits. Very good.
And for the chat, we appreciate all of your questions about things coming up, but we are only answering questions about the last 5 years of For Honor, and before that, all the making of. We're celebrating the 5th anniversary of For Honor, so we will not have any new news for you today, but we appreciate all your love for the game.
I mean, I guess unless you can get really crafty with your questions and trick someone into thinking something.
Exactly, right? Here's a question from the Spectre who said, what was the most challenging aspect during For Honor development?
Hmm.
And
Andrew, any more
It's
stories?
a really tough one.
That's a good one. Someone said pandemic?
Pandemic was a tough one, for sure.
The tricky part about that was the beginning, especially. How do we get set up in such a way that we can play the build without massive lag? Eventually, we found a solution that worked quite nicely.
Yeah, because some people don't know this, but we play like new stuff that's coming up at least twice a day, right? So it was super important for us to be able to actually play it in a real situation and not through like super laggy things.
You step on my way.
Doesn't mean we're good, by the way. Like
But
Almost
that's
there.
I mean, it speaks to our culture there for sure, because it's like
yeah.
one of my favorites is for sure the we have 2 PlayStation review type meetings per day on various topics. So could be gameplay, could be game mode, could be hero, could be rework, could be whatever. And in these, everybody's invited to play it directly, observe if they don't want to. feature team obviously is more involved, but then other people from around the team are there to give their insights as well. And then it's kind of like this too, because like you're on topic, but you're also talking general For Honor or talking general whatever, game design decisions, game dev decisions, game dev at large, and it's like, so that connection, like even though we're at home, I find for me that's where the game really is us playing it and reviewing it together all the time. So I was so happy when we got that working, because actually we do it a bit more than we kind of did.
And we always get into like crazy debates and all sorts of things, and what should we do, what shouldn't we do. And we have people. What's also cool is that we have people from like kind of all skill brackets. We have at least 2 guys on the team that are like extremely strong, and then you have people like me that I'm like kind of, I don't know, middle of the road type of thing. We have people that are like newer on the team, so they don't know the game as well. So we get feedback from all sides. That's also like a really important thing, right? We're not only listening to, okay, is this like really competitive? Is this more for casual players? What's going on? We try to take everybody's opinion into account and not just always go, this is going to be good for casuals or just for comp or just for XYZ or whatever. So it's cool to have all those perspectives. And we like, I don't know, I know Steph is a little bit, but I'm always on Reddit. So if people are wondering if we're looking at these things, at least I am on a constant
You're
basis.
looking at everything.
I'm always looking at everything, right? Because we have to, and that's how we kind of get ahead of things, and we get community trends. And yeah, we have a super good community team, and it's super amazing. But at the same time, like, it's good to be able to see some of that stuff. And I just got a friend request from somebody random, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm not gonna...
that is.
It's also really good, like.
Yeah, that'll happen a lot when you're on stream playing.
Yeah.
It's also a really good place, like these, to be like for us to find out, how do we say it? So over 5 years of life, like you have to bring new people on all the time. The game goes for a long time, so there's always new blood that comes in. So it's a really good place to find out what don't they know yet that we haven't explained, or that our resources aren't well explaining. And then you get that really casual kind of one-to-one, and they get that knowledge. But also because we're in a big team meeting, there's opportunities all across for people to be like, hey, I heard you had a question about that, so let's chat more about that. So it explodes quite nicely. I quite love those.
Another question from a big fanatic who asks, what's a nugget of advice you could give for someone who is starting in your respective fields?
You want to start, Andrew?
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
JC, go ahead. JC, go ahead.
Okay. Well, for me, like that as a game designer, right? Like I've been doing this for quite a while, but I think for myself, the most important thing I would say is, and it's gonna sound really weird, but is try to play as many games, different things as you can. You tend to be able to draw inspiration from a million things, right? Sometimes it's not even really a game, but whatever your experience, you can draw inspiration from and get, you try to learn from it and see how you can adapt it and see what you can do with it. And the other piece of advice I often give people is play games you don't like, because that's the best way to understand why you don't like them. What is it about them that maybe there's things that you like and there's things that you don't like, how you can adapt to it, what you can do with it, how it's interesting. So that to me is a really important part of being a game designer, is being able to understand these things and dissect them and go, okay, well, like maybe I like this game or that game or that game, but I'm not really crazy. Like, for example, myself, I'm not crazy about like sports games, right? But I'll still play sports games once in a while just to be able to get a feel of what are they doing, where are they going towards, what are they trying to do, and see, are there things in there that sometimes it's super far off and you're like, oh, well, like what's a hockey game or whatever can have an effect on For Honor, but sometimes there's like little things that they do. Either it's in the controls, it's in the cameras, it's in their menu system, their meta progression, whatever it is. There's always things you can get from that, and so that to me is like, it's super interesting, and getting that inspiration from a lot of different sources is really, really good.
Nice.
That's really good advice. I've never heard that before. I've asked a lot of developers that exact question, and so I like that answer a lot.
Just to note that the giveaway has started now, so we're gonna unlock hashtag giveaway in just a moment, and that's how you can enter the next giveaway period. So this is for 100k steel. So make sure that your Twitch whispers are open, so our mod can contact you if you win, and that's how you'll get the code and the link for where to redeem it. It'll be hashtag giveaway. It's not hashtag drops. You can stop typing hashtag drops.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
where everyone got
hashtag
that.
giveaway. Hashtag giveaway. You only get one entry. So once you've already typed it, you're already entered. You can't enter any more than that. So good luck, everybody. All right, let's get back to those answers. Any other answers here? Advice for people that want to get into what you do?
Ready to drink mead in the great hall.
If I jump in, I mean, JC's example is very, very good because it's something that even myself, when I first entered, I was interested in a specific thing and hoping that I can perform as a superstar. For example, if you're an artist that coming in, it's like, oh, whatever that I draw, it's going to be the best. It's not the case most of the time. Like once you're entering into the industry, and then there's a lot to learn. So it's another step, a place that you will be able to learn from the professionals and your colleagues. So first, being humble and learning, get ready to learn and try to experiment. But then the passion of your work is very, very important. And then having a personality to have a good teamwork is another very important part to enter. So this is, and of course, for artists, you need to have a skill to communicate with visually. So that's just the base part.
Good advice.
There's a lot of pirate on pirate violence right there.
Oh.
Ah.
Other thing I might suggest is kind of whatever dev you are, but especially like game designer, gameplay, anything like that, programmer, or even on the art side, I would say audio, whatever you can, is like get any kind of game dev engine that you can get your hands on. Unity is free to download and try whatever you want. So do so. And start making little test prototypes. Like, I wouldn't start by trying to make a full game. You'll find out how much work that is, even the most basic one. But if you can get to the point where you can be like, oh, I can put my assets in and I can play with the thing that is my discipline, that'd be great. And then if you could make, your own little version of Pac-Man or Breaker or whatever you want, Brick Breaker type thing. This is going to teach you so much about what you have to do, what you have to integrate. And the amount of times I hear like, hey, wouldn't it be just easy to do this like monumental amount of work? Right? I'm like, yeah, okay, go ahead. Why don't you make your own little MMO, indie, crafter, multiplayer, whatever, PvP game. And when you realize it's not 3 days worth of work, it's a lifetime's worth of work. Then you will be a better developer than
Yeah, that's really good advice. It's just knowing, like, even what you're asking of people, just because you've done it before is a huge tip.
Yeah, and it's also like you need to make promises about what you can do, right? Like, say you're a contractor, like early on, you might say like, "Oh, I can do this," but guess what? It's going to take you like, I don't know what, like 6 months. And so if you're asking this amount of money, then you're going to get screwed. Or on the other side, you won't be able to deliver, and you're going to screw them. So start practicing, basically.
Yeah, I love what you said though too about downloading whatever game engine you can. That Unity is free. I believe there's even like a free version of Unreal, right?
There's like Game Maker and RPG Maker. There's Unreal for sure. There's Twine,
Unity.
Yeah.
Like, there's been such a democratization of game dev tools that really, like, if you want to start doing something, you have the ability to just start doing it. And if you do it passionately, if you do it enough and show that passion and dedication, then eventually someone's going to pay you for it.
Alright, so this giveaway period is starting to wrap up shortly. Yusuf, when you are available, if you can restart the giveaway timer.
Oh, sure.
When you're not in a fight. Are you all playing on, sorry. Are you all playing on controller? That's a question from the chat.
I am.
Yeah.
Someone who's new to playing the game and they want to know if they should play keyboard or controller. We recommend controller.
I want to ask actually, we have an interview on our website news.ubisoft.com a little bit about the history and like the historic inspiration behind the pirate and the character. But I'm curious now that we have designers on to talk about her. Obviously she has a gun. that's a new thing for For Honor. When you were coming up with her, like what sort of considerations did you have for like, okay, we're introducing a ranged weapon? How does that fit into For Honor's meta? Was that even a conversation, or was it always like, okay, we know exactly how we're using it. It's going to be a guard break. It's going to do a little bit of damage.
So for Pirate, the initial idea I think was that like once we figured out that we wanted her to have like a gun and sort of stuff, on the gameplay side, a lot of what we were trying to do was like, so how do we integrate the gun so that it doesn't do really like ranged attacks, right? So that's one of the things that we didn't want to have. We had that bad experience with Shinobi there. That was kind of problematic with the range attack. So a lot of the things was like, how do we integrate that pistol into her moveset in a way that makes sense, but it doesn't also break the game, right? So we ended up putting range attacks on feats because that's what made the most sense. And you're not going to be able to shoot somebody non-stop from off screen or whatever. But at the same time, it's a big part of the character's identity.
When you can control it through the feats, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
It's like, how many shots they can do and at what rate they can do it, and when they have to wait again. Whereas Shinobi before showed us like, if they can do range guard break, especially from off screen against anyone who presses any kind of button, then what are they supposed to do about it, right? So here it's a little more like crossbow or any of the other Fujiro type feats. It's like, yeah, they're strong, but you know how many there are. So say we do decide that something's OP eventually. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if we do decide that, it's easy to play with cooldowns and stuff like that, and we can be like, okay, we have levers to adjust. And that's I guess that goes back to your the previous question about like, hey, how do I become a dev or how to become a better designer type thing. Is like, leave yourself levers that you can adjust and not be like, well, okay, I have to completely rework this from scratch to make it work. Now that I understand balance or now that I understand whatever.
And that's part of why, like, I know people have been asking that question, so I'm just getting ahead of it a little bit, but part of the reason why Pirate's feats have longer cooldowns than other feats is because she has a lot of ranged feats, and we found out a lot in our play sessions when we were playing that, because we had a version that had cooldowns that were way, way faster, and ended up being so bad that, you were able to get to shoot non-stop, and it was a bit annoying. So we adjusted cooldowns. So, but that's one of the levers that we have, right, to be able to mess around with cooldowns and damage and properties.
How's the staring contest going?
I was gonna say.
Sorry.
It was a staring contest, but then I decided to just shoot them. It's lava bomb over there.
Okay, make sure that your Twitch whispers are open so that our mod can communicate to you if you're a winner. There's still winners being pulled right now. I only saw a few that were pulled so far. Galzozo, Penguaquium, and Royal Rose. There's going to be a total of 8 winners for this giveaway period. And then the final giveaway period starts in 15 minutes and 20-ish seconds. So watch that giveaway clock for the last giveaway period of this stream. And if you've been watching from the beginning, you probably got your second drop, your second scavenger crate.
Ooh, both teams are breaking. Ooh.
Pretzel Gamer also just won. Congrats.
Ooh, someone's up on the ballista trying to shoot. Ooh.
Alright, we'll get back to your questions here in chat. Let me see if I pulled any more.
Ooh.
Question from Yunugen who asked, what do you wish you could tell yourself years ago while working on this game? So, with the knowledge you have now, what would you tell yourself from years ago before you started working on this game?
Don't make 700 milliseconds lights.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, that's pretty close.
That's it. That's the only thing.
No, it's about I mean, it's for anyone really. Is like you gotta learn your game, whatever you're working on, and there's a transition to be made for a lot of people. Like I know the three of us here from the integrated dev team are like, we've been in games for however many for each of us, 17 and 19 and whatever years.
Yeah.
So you learn over time, like more and more what you know, what you don't know, and so on. And there's always shifts, and the major shift here is to live for most people. Whereas, you know, before most games are like you put it in a box, it's gone, it's single player. If balance is wacky, it's probably okay. If this or that is not working properly, it's probably okay. But once you're PvP and hope to make it, you know, past your first season and now to like season 20 and the end of year 5 and onward is to really deeply understand, because I wish we didn't have to spend so much time on reworks, gameplay improvements that are meant to fix issues and so on. It's a lot of work, and a lot of things aren't built in such a way that it's like super easy to change, even speed or recoveries or anything like that. It's like the design plus the animation plus VFX, maybe plus audio if depending on what you do, plus whatever, and it's like everything adds up. Whereas, you know, you want to be having that at kind of the base level that you want, and then to be able to spend your time on heroes, events, whatever, that kind of stuff. So there's a problem.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the learnings there is really important, and the more we play the game, you know, the more we realize things. And I think not being kind of not scared, because we never really were scared, but more like sometimes like be able to take a bit more risks with what we're doing, and adapting characters a little bit more and going to where we want to go. Because like Stefan said, like sometimes bug fixes, sometimes changes are like easy to do on a game design standpoint, but then you have to look into everything else that's involved. And even though like our job on our end might just be, oh, there's a checkbox missing or something, then sometimes you do that and then it has knock-on effects to a million things, and that's normal, right? It's normal in game dev. Every game I've worked on has had issues like that, where like you tweak a little number here or there and then everything falls apart, and it's a part of, you know, game design and development. So I think that's normal, but it's also a part of what makes this interesting and be able to anticipate all that stuff. And going
But this actually makes our team pretty strong. Is we're working very closely from each department. We're always discussing about what's the issue, how can we develop, What's the cost of the revising this part, and will we be able to make it work to improve our tech in many other parts? So we always there to kind of try it out and to see if we can make it work and see and then to make this game evolve, not staying as it is, but then always improve year by year. That's a great thing that I've been seeing it for years up to the point.
Yeah, like honestly, like the collaborations between departments is amazing. It's completely amazing. We're at least on the fight team, we're in contact with programmers, with animation, with art, with UI, with like everybody non-stop to make sure that everything goes along smoothly. So that is super cool. Like we have a really good collaboration and a lot of really good thing going on there.
There was a question I saw much earlier on the stream that I made a mental note of because I wanted to come back to, but it was Stefan, where a cat?
Where cat?
Sorry about the mask. I've got someone in here. My bed. I don't know if the cat is back there.
Steph's cat is very temperamental. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't show up. My wife took my dog away because it would be barking up a storm for no reason. So.
Aww. We love all the pets on the stream.
Yeah. I have like I think a 2-pound Yorkie. So it's like super tiny.
Aww,
So cool.
little tiny Yorkie. I love Yorkies. There we go. There's the cat. Oh my god. Cat cam.
Yes.
There you go.
Cat cam.
Oh my god.
That's a cute cat.
Oh yeah.
That is a cute
Oh
cat.
yeah.
What's your cat's name?
Ruby Heart,
Ruby.
which is perfect for parrot season.
If
We just
people
need to
get the
stop.
reference, that's great.
Ruby.
We need to stop the stream and just zoom in on
Cat
Steph's
cam.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah,
appreciate
she's
that
cool.
whenever
She's cool.
I watch a streamer on Twitch and they have their normal webcam set up, they're playing a game, but then there's also like a pet cam.
I love that. Love that. Big fan of that. For those asking about the giveaway or just tuning in, you'll see there's a clock in the top corner. That's when you're going to type hashtag giveaway when it runs out. So in about less than 8 minutes, you're going to type hashtag giveaway. We've locked that term because there are 3 different giveaway periods. We don't want people spamming the chat. So wait until that timer runs out. That's when you can type hashtag giveaway. And that's where you can win 100k steel, 100,000 steel. But if you've been watching, every 30 minutes you get a scavenger crate. So if you've been watching from the beginning of the stream, you can win a total of 3. If you just started watching maybe 15 minutes ago, just watch another 15 and you get a crate. Thanks for sending in all your questions. We don't have any news for you today. We are reflecting on the last 5 years of For Honor. Happy birthday, For Honor. 5 whole years. So thanks for sending in those questions.
I love that this game came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Weirdly appropriate.
Right. Something about it just fits.
A question from Ragathax who said, which hero was the most challenging to design and why?
The ones with crazy branching katana trees, from my perspective at least. So that would include Shaolin, Highlander, Shinobi. Like, if they have like 10,000 ways to get into everything in weird stance or mode type rules.
I think Highlander is the most complex one to work on.
Why is that?
When we look at the data, yeah.
Because of the
There's all these
stances.
little like, yeah. So there's like fast helpers from everything to everything. So everything needs a transition. Animation has to make all those transitions. Gameplay-wise, we have to control, what state you are in and what you're going to, because you want it to feel responsive, and then you want it to look good. So yeah, those transitions are the killers. Okay.
How's the team doing?
Again.
Right now,
Doing
I'd
great,
say,
doing great. Doing great.
I haven't played Zanhu since probably launch, so
Saw a lot of Zanhu represented in the series on everything. Well, who wasn't running it?
I'll say-
Somebody wasn't running it.
Yeah, I think we're running it because they're running it as a counter to Shinobi because of that undodgeable zone from neutral. Which has done a lot of Shinobi from external. But that's pretty cool. Speaking of Shinobi, I think that's one of my favorite reworks we've done. Like, we managed to get this weirdo character that was difficult to fit into For Honor and get him to. But it's true though. Like it's weird because it's a super interesting character, right? The ninja and stuff, and the fantasy is super strong, but it's so hard to make the hero fit properly with what he had. And I really like what we end up doing with the character. Like you still feel the slippery, always running away, moving around, being super mobile. But that's super interesting. But we wanted to remove like some of the more difficult parts of the kit. But I was super hyped to see him play it a lot in the mini series.
He loves it.
Okay, good morning.
Did you see
Is it from Steph?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think we're getting some background noise.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry. It's
All good.
There we
These
go.
things happen.
All good, yes. It's
Happen when
live.
you stream from home.
good part is cat. The bad part is workers for.
Hey, I'll take that trade-off any day.
Did any of you work on any fighting games before For Honor? That's a question from Havoc FH.
No, I've worked on live and I've worked on action combat games.
I did a prototype for a fighting game once a long time ago at work, but no, I've worked on so many different projects, but none of them were as exciting as For Honor. Let's say. I wish though. Like I know Steph and I we've been playing fighting games our whole life basically. Well, not our whole life, but like for a long time. So it's super interesting to be able to work on it. Yeah.
Who was a
I would
fan
spend-
of the Deadliest Warrior TV show? That's what I want.
A lot of the team watch that.
That was
Really?
a fun show.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting. I remember liking it.
And you see it in references and stuff. Like that's one of the things is like when Andrew was talking about like picking the weapon at the beginning. It's like, what did this weapon do? Like, what was it good for? How would you use it? How would you not use it? Try to be representative. Like the great example is off the beginning. You see with like Warden and the broadsword. It's a very. I mean, you see the German longsword and you see the Hema. You see the all those influences that way. And for each weapon, you try to find that truth inside the weapon. What is the weapon telling you it wants to do? And that show, I mean, like, yeah, it was a little like fantastical sometimes, but that's what I was trying to show you its real properties and what could it do and what could it not do, which is cool.
Do any of you have any like real life experience, handling any of these weapons, or any training?
I mean, the cool part is getting to go in mocap that way. Maybe JC will talk about that, or people swinging the weapon on the floor, and Andrew might talk about that.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
If you speak attention.
It's
It wasn't
crazy. I
getting
remember.
Jason's out there winning the game.
Yeah. No, but when we do vocab, it's really cool, right? Because we actually have people. There's a team in Montreal. I don't know their name unfortunately, but they make replica weapons for us, right? So they make two different replicas. They make one that would be kind of accurate in weight and size, and then they make one that is not gonna make our mocap guys, like our stunt guys, want to die after 2 minutes because it's super heavy. But there was fun stuff that happened. I remember one day when we were doing Yorm, when we were rehearsing Yorm, the first version of the weapon of the mocap weapon that we had still had those little spikes on there and everywhere. It was super dangerous. So the mocap actors were freaking out a little bit.
Heavy.
And then
So heavy.
it was super heavy. That hammer was super heavy. And I remember one of the guys actually kind of smashed it into their knee while they were doing a swing.
Ooh.
That was
Oh,
that
no.
was crazy. But we have medics on site and everything, so we're okay. But yeah, no, it was pretty crazy. And those guys are they're super experienced stuntmen. It's always so much fun to hang out with them and talk. And they have their stunt coordinator who's a super good guy, and then of Max and a bunch of other guys that you see them, right? It's super interesting for me too, because I'd be watching a TV show or a movie, and randomly in the back, oh look, this guy that's fighting, it's a guy that's doing mocap on For Honor, right? So we're actually using real stuntmen that have real martial arts experience, and I find it really, really shows.
Nice.
I
Just to
imagine
cut
you-
in, we've got sorry, Hart. The giveaway has started. This is the final giveaway of the stream, so go ahead and type #giveaway. You only have to enter once, so once you type it in, you're already entered. You don't get multiple entries, so just type #giveaway, and then you don't have to spam the chat anymore, and you're entered to win 100k steel. That's 100,000 steel. So good luck to everyone. There will be 9 winners this time, so good luck to y'all. This is the last giveaway of the stream. Sorry, Yusuf, go ahead.
No. Thank you. And yeah, this will probably be our last match as well. I know, time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we've been playing for that long.
No. What I was going to say about Yorm too is that I imagine, it's interesting that you mentioned how heavy the hammer was, and the mocap folks were struggling with it. Because I imagine it has to be heavy in real life, so you can get that accurate motion capture. Yeah, so, when you watch the Yorm swinging it around, it's very clear that thing has heft.
That's the thing, right? It's we want to have those weapons to have that realistic weight, especially for that. I remember for Hitokiri as well, when I was there in the mocap sessions, that the axe that we built is so big, and it's hard for them because at some point, like I said, it gets so heavy, they have to run around and do a bunch of different movements, and trying to swing the weapon, and after 3-4 hours in there,
couple days of mocap too. So
oh yeah, it's crazy.
Adds up.
They really, really
like
adds up.
exercise at least.
Those guys are in
just
shape.
like crazy, but
Yeah. I remember when we were trying to do Hitokiri's Feat 4, we had set up a trampoline so the guy could have the weapon in hand and try to flip, and it was too dangerous, so we thought we ended up removing it because he didn't want the guy to actually hurt themselves. But we do a lot of crazy things when these things happen, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever pulled off that feat. It was just like a tornado. It was like a Tasmanian devil. I didn't even realize what was happening as it was happening.
Alright, so this is the last match, this is the last giveaway, and your last chance to get those drops. So if you were watching for 30 minutes, you get a scavenger crate. If you're watching from the beginning, you should get 3 total for this whole stream.
You lost Zone A.
A question about outfits in the game from Tomoshiro, who asks, where do you take inspirations from when creating those outfits for customization?
Basically, the seasonal theme that we create for the seasonal theme that we create for each season. Just give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, take your time. Take your time. It's hard to answer and play at the same time.
Okay, I died. So basically, each season we decide one theme and then try to find a different type of approach that can explain about that specific season. So, for example, last season was about the pirate, but it also includes the winter and the ice and everything that is related with that point. We do the research and then create different type of inspiration from the movies, animations, or anything that we can you can bring it in. We start from that point.
Question from the chat said,
everyone's favorite hero. One thing I'm curious about, and maybe it's the same answer, but who is your best hero?
oh,
Like if you're fighting for your life in the game of Piranha, who do you have to win? Who you pick?
My highest rep character is Hitokiri for now. I think she's about 50 rep.
Oh wow.
So I would say Hitokiri, and then Kensei, and now Hurricane Queen. Pirate is the one that I often use now, so I'm more comfortable with this character.
JC, what about you?
I'm usually, Hitoki, Pirate. I love Shinobi as well. Like Shinobi is one of my favorite. I used to love playing Shinobi before I knew how to play the game, and then it was a bit frustrating. But I think Shinobi is. I'm one of the few players on the floor who actually plays Shinobi a bit more seriously, because Shinobi's always been a super difficult character to play. I love the idea of Shaolin as well. Like it's a super interesting character with like. Sorry, Andrew.
Shinobi's so annoying.
Yeah.
Did I say out loud?
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I love Shaolin. Like, I love the idea of Shaolin, the kind of jack of all trades type of character, having a lot of different options. It doesn't necessarily right now work as well as we'd like, but it's still like there's a solid foundation there of things we can improve on it, do something nice.
Steph, what about you? One match in For Honor for $1 million. Who you picking?
Is it 1-on-1 or is it 4-on-4?
1-on-1.
I won't be the same then.
Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned that.
I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, like, I've always liked and understood Shaman, so I understand.
I wonder why.
When I could win and not win in a situation, when I should and should not attack and so on, and where my fair advantages, where my mix-ups should be, when I shouldn't do things, when I can kind of trap people to things. So in ones, I would say that. In fours, honestly, like, I like to play a role player on the team. Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to be the ganker? So I'm just going to, like, hug someone? Do I need to be the person who's going to push you off the ledges when there's a fight going on? Am I going to support with the big arcs? Like, some kind of role, basically. And then I would prefer that, basically. So I would say probably, like, Shigoki on the teams that don't have Shigoki, Raider, JJ, that kind of thing. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's an important thing too, that like a lot of people like, you know, just I'm gonna pick my main and that's it, but that's what you see at the highest levels of competition. Like sometimes they're not necessarily they're gonna master some characters because they need it on the team, but it's really like what kind of role do you need to fulfill, what kind of holes do you have in your team, and what can you do to kind of like build your team to be able to like get everything, right? So for a little while there was like almost no ganking. For a while there was like super ganking meta. It's always super different, so that's kind of interesting. But a lot of it is about like building the most efficient team for what your situation is. So you should still try to play your main and have fun, right? Because like, a lot of games have fun, but at the same time, it's more, well, sometimes playing, I don't know, like Shaman or Shigoki, even though you're not super used to them, might be better for your team than if you're playing your main, for example.
Right. Wait. So then, obviously, team comp's very important. What's your answer, JC, to the one-on-one hero that you would pick?
Oh, for me it would be Shinobi. Hands down.
Shinobi, okay.
Shinobi has like a lot. What I like with Shinobi for one-on-ones is that he has there's a lot of dueling potential there. A lot of cancels, a lot of like making things a little bit safer. Not necessarily the safest all the time, making things a little bit safer. A lot of mix-ups. That's what I enjoy. Like I personally tend to really like mix up heavy characters like Hitokiri, Shinobi, those kinds of guys where like you really have to outthink your opponent a little bit, instead of just blindly like trying to get lucky or something. It's more, I think, a lot of it is as you get older, right? Because I'm not the youngest person on the team there, but what's interesting is that like as you get older, your reflexes really get worse, but then your tactical thinking and the way you approach situations gets better, and you don't get to rely on just pure reactions anymore. So that's why I like mix up heavy characters for that type of reason.
Do you find yourself like playing differently now, maybe than you did 4 years ago, because maybe your reaction time is slower?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's really
it's really different.
Thing I never thought of.
It's something you see a lot in fighting games,
that
right?
are in the chat.
There's legends in fighting games. Sorry. Go ahead, Chastity. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to shout out some winners in the chat. So there's still winners being pulled. There are 9 winners total for this final giveaway. Giveaway entries are closed. So congrats to Abdullah Pi, Nail Guy 101, Cold Blooded Tank, Ignacio 1, Matrioxion 714. Make sure your Twitch whispers are open if you've been pulled as a winner, so that our mod can contact you and give you the code and the link for where to redeem it. Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah. But no, that's it. It's like in a lot of more traditional fighting games, there's players that have been, I don't want to name names, but there's like legendary players that have been playing those games forever, and they were reaction monsters when they were younger, and as they get older, they're still able to do really, really well, partially because they're able to adapt their game plan. It's less about having like split-second reactions and more about being able to read your opponent and like mix them up and be able to get that kind of thing going. So that's pretty interesting for me.
This reminds me the message that I sent it to Steph a couple of days ago that I was saying that my wrist and my finger joint hurts. I cannot even hold the joystick properly.
That's real.
Yep.
Yeah,
how long that we were being in the project.
I literally told my coworker earlier this morning that my forearms are sore from playing a game all weekend. I feel that now very hard.
It's good. It's a workout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who among us hasn't gotten blisters on the thumbs from old controllers back in the day playing fighting games?
Oh, God,
That's why I play with fighting sticks. You end up having less blisters there.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, folks, that is going to wrap up the duration of our stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, I just got that third drop. So if you've been watching from the beginning, perfect timing, right on cue. We've been streaming for a little over an hour and a half now, so you have access to that third drop, that third scavenger crate. And congrats to all the giveaway winners as well. And again, happy 5th anniversary to For Honor, y'all. If you haven't played it, it is unlike anything else out there. I highly recommend it. Andrew, Stefan, JC, thank you so much for being on here with us, giving us your expertise. It was great having you. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Thanks again to you two for hosting this and putting this together, and everyone on your team. Thanks to everyone on For Honor who's been here, whether it's been for a day or for 9 or 10 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
And same to the players, whether you've been playing since you first could or just recently or about to start. Thank you, and thanks for coming on this journey with us. We appreciate it.
And I also want to thank the Chengdu team and all the co-dev team and all the people who may not be in the front, but then all working daily basis and with the hard working. No one's lazy in this team. I can assure that. So,
no matter what people may think, none of us are lazy.
But yeah, again, the community, the players as well. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to make sure I thank the players like hardcore that we're doing this for you guys. I personally love like reading the Twitch comments, even though you guys are putting us on blast nonstop, and it's fine. And when we do the Warriors Den, it's the same, but it's super interesting having that relationship with our community. To me, is priceless, and it's a one in a lifetime chance. So it's super awesome. So thank you guys for keeping playing, and and shout out to the everybody working on For Honor. Like it's a huge team effort, and nothing would ever get done without everybody's feedback, input, hard work, everything. So it's super awesome. It's a privilege to be able to working with you folks.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Thank you all so much for all the hard work you do making this game so successful and so fun to play 5 years later. Chessie, we are now going to do the thing that we do at the end of our streams.
Oh yeah, we are, yes. We are going to send you off on a raid, so say hi to Jarl Hanzo, or Jarl Hanzo, who are raiding right now. Give them some love, wish them a happy For Honor 5th anniversary and happy Valentine's Day. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining our celebration, and we'll see you next time. We'll be back on Wednesday for more. Thanks, guys. Great